Hello everyone, this is Bitcoin Sofia, and today I'm going to quickly show you the user interface of the PipeCash designer. This video is not intended to teach you how to use the designer. There are separate tutorials on that. I'm just trying to help you figure out what is the user interface itself. So, we are not logged in yet, and from this point in the design, in the website, we can either register or log in. If we click on the register form, it's a standard register form. We have username, email, password, and password confirmation. It's standard. You've probably seen hundreds of these. If we go to login, we need to enter our username and password or create a new account. Notice that there is no password reset yet. It is not yet possible to change your password. This is gonna be added later. Right now I simply didn't have the time. Some of these features were put together very quickly. Now let's log in, and in place of the message that we weren't logged in, we see the list of our scenarios. What is a scenario? Is just configuration of a specific automation task. And let's open one of them. Let's open this, my scenario. Actually, I should explain. I open it by clicking on it anywhere. If I click select, I can also open it. If I click edit, I can change the details about it. I can change the title and description. I'm just gonna go back. I can duplicate it, which will simply copy the scenario and paste it again. And I will quickly show you something. Yes, we can also create a new scenario from the new button, load a scenario, which is the default option, or upload, which is not supported yet. It will be implemented later. So for now, do not delete your scenarios unless you are sure that you're not going to need them yet. Now let's duplicate 2 more times, because I want to show you that right now we have 5. If I try to create a new one, it tells me I have reached the maximum numbers of scenarios permitted per user. The maximum number is 5, meaning there are restrictions on this tool. So don't create stuff that you don't need. I'm also not allowed to duplicate. We have reached the maximum number of scenarios. Okay, so let's delete the stuff. Oh, sorry. Let's delete the stuff that we don't need. I'm deleting a bunch, and it tells me, do you want to delete it? Are you sure? Yes. I'm deleting a few more, and this one as well. I don't need these copies. So let's open my scenario. This is just the title of this scenario. And in here, it gets a bit more complicated now. So first we have the left panel, which contains wallets and agents. Wallets is a list of wallets. I can add another one, and this is the form for adding new ones. This is the form for adding new agents. You simply select the type and click add. Select the type of wallet and click add, and it will get added. So let's add another BitSV wallet, and it got added, and in the diagram over here it appeared as well. So I have 2 BitSV wallets now. If I click on any item of the left panel, the properties panel, the middle panel, changes. I can click on the new wallet that we created and delete it, because we don't really need it. Okay, I'm deleting it now, and again we have one wallet less. I can click on the different agents that were created in this scenario previously, and I can configure their properties. This video is not going to explain what the properties mean. You can watch the tutorial instead. I can also create new agents from here. Next, sorry, next on the right side we have a diagram that displays some agents and some documentation. So the diagram simply shows us what we have configured so far in a visual way. It shows us that we have an RSS checker, email sent, and another email sent, which is actually quite meaningless. This scenario is actually sending an email if this email succeeded. And since this is meaningless, let's go out there and edit it. So we're going to links, and this changed the mode of the left panel. Now we no longer see the wallets and the agents. Instead we see wallet links, event links, and control links. We see that we have two event links, and one of them is email sent to email sent. And here it is. As I select the different items, we see that the properties change. We see that this one is source email sent to target email sent. Let's delete this one because it doesn't really make sense. Now the connection is no longer present in the diagram. Next, let's create a link between this agent here and one of these, but we cannot read them. We don't know what they are. So let's click the plus icon, and this magnifies the diagram so that we can read it better. So we have wallet send, get wallet receive address, and email send. What can we link to RSS checker? Well, let's say that we want to tip the creators of certain RSS feed, the people who write articles, with money on every new item that they publish. So to do that, we would link the RSS checker to the wallet sent. So I'm selecting wallet sent as a target of the control link, and I'm selecting RSS checker as source of the control link. I'm clicking add, and the new link, the new event got created. Now this agent is still failing. There is still an error with this agent. The error is it needs a wallet. Okay, let me click it once again. Agent needs a wallet. So we need to create a wallet link. That means that we simply click wallet send and select the only existing wallet that we have, bit.ly. As I click this, a new link got created between the wallet and the wallet send action. Now this is starting to make more sense, isn't it? We have an agent that once an hour checks an RSS feed for new items. If there are new items, it will attempt to make a wallet sending with to a specific address. The address is specified in the properties of the agent, and it would also attempt to send an email, which can be used to notify yourself that the article exists. Alternatively, you can try to publish it to Twitter or somewhere else. Now let's go back to items and delete the unnecessary agents that we have. So get wallet receive address, we can delete this one because it's not part of this program anymore. Delete. And email sent, we can also delete this one. Delete. Now the diagram is much more specific. It simply checks the RSS feed, sends some money somehow to somebody. This is not configured yet. You would have to configure it from the properties, which are over here, and sends an email notification to somebody containing some text. Again, something you would configure from the properties. After you're done with your agent, you can go over here at the top and click download to download the prepared program. After that, you can test it, you can verify that everything works properly, and start using it. You can click duplicate if you have saved work that you don't want to change, but at the same time you want to experiment with some changes at the same time. At the moment, as I said, uploading scenarios back into the designer does not work. That means that the only way to safely experiment with something that already works is to duplicate the work and work on the copy. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to duplicate it, open the copy, and go to the email sent and replace it with a Twitter tweeting. So I would go to Twitter and look for the action write tweet. Then I would change the name of the agent to write a tweet about the article. Save. When you click save, your changes get saved. If you don't click save and select something else, your changes will not get applied. This is important because it might cause you to make mistakes. It have caused me to make mistakes, but for safety there is no autosave feature here, because it's also possible to make mistakes if there is save. It's just safest if you have to click it every time. Now, when you change the name of a certain agent or wallet, wallets also have names, it appears differently both in these lists and in the diagram. Also, it appears differently in the links list. These things display the names of the agents, not their types. This is it. This is the whole design of the PipeCash tool. Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring about this tool, and go there and make some wonderful bots. Thank you. Bye bye.